On today's episode of The Onion Heads, we're going to discuss the next generation of video game consoles, the PS3 and the Wii.
That's right. We're going to be hashing it out and finding out which game you should be spending your money on.
And which console would you spend your money on?
I think, well, I already spent my money.
On what?
The Xbox 360. Thank you, Billy G. What were you thinking?
Well, it's been a year ago, but it's still a contender. But as for the coming weekend, we've got these two new systems coming out. Let's talk a little bit more about those.
All right.
All right. Well, you know, my favorite's the Wii.
Why is the Wii your favorite?
Well, the Wii's only $250, while the PS3 is $600.
You get what you pay for. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah, well, you could buy two Wiis or Wii's, two Wii's for one PS3.
Yeah, but what exactly does the Wii do?
Well, for one, the Wii will play its backwards compatibility with the GameCube. And you can also play the NES games, Super NES games, Nintendo 64 games, Sega Genesis games, and TurboGrafx 16 games. That's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, but the PS3 has 9 towers of pixel animation Digitron stuff that really makes your TV screen jump out at you.
I think maybe you mean maybe 9 cores on the cell processor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. And it does also have a Blu-ray drive. And most Blu-ray players are already $1,000 coming off the market. PS3 being at $600 is actually a pretty good value there.
So what's the Blu-ray do?
Well, the Blu-ray is the next generation of high-definition optical disc. Pretty much it's replacing the DVD with better audio and video quality.
Oh, okay.
So that is a pretty cool value there. Although both systems do sport wireless controllers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, also though with the Wii, the controller is actually motion or wireless, and you can actually use it to control games via motion.
Now, is that connected? Is that like a constant connection to the system electronically, like through radio waves, or is that like a pulsing, like kind of like a walkie-talkie?
I don't know. I just know it's wireless.
Yeah.
But it's cool though. When you move the controller to like in a sword slashing motion, you can actually attack enemies. Same thing with the baseball bat or other motion activated games.
The Wii can do that?
The Wii can do that.
Well, see, the bad thing for an Onion is that you need opposable thumbs to work that controller. With the PS3, you don't.
Actually, that's where you're wrong. With the PS3, you would need an opposable thumb to hit the button. With the Wii, you can just put the controller on top of your little head and rock back and forth.
Actually, not true. You can set the controller down in front of you and it floats, like in the commercial.
No, I'm sorry. You were misrepresented there, buddy.
Was I duped?
You were duped. None of the controllers actually float by themselves.
And that's false advertising.
Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
All right.
So anyway, like I said earlier, I'm for the Wii.
I'm for the PS3.
All right, folks. There's a little bit of information on both the consoles. Come Friday of the 17th, you'll be able to pick up your PS3, and Sunday the 19th, you'll be able to pick up your Wii. I guess we'll see what happens in the new console wars.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.